welcome back. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda. And yeah, we're dealing with, again, love and war. You know, I think people, like, when they, well, this is kind of like my story. This is somewhat of a journey, a documentation of a journey here. But it has something to do with something much bigger than that, or me, or us, those who are those chosen ones, right? And it's hard for me. It's hard because I feel like whatever this is with this connection, you know, nothing else matters. You know, we read the Bible and we see these things and we talk about, you know, adultery and sexual immoralities, and we have we have it misconstrued as to what these things mean. That's why I like to deal with etymology, which is the history or the story or whatever of the word, how it was used at certain times in this story, because this story does repeat itself in a sense a lot more than we think. It's like there's this task and you're supposed to try to enjoy the journey, okay? But it's so hard. It's like somebody showing you in different ways. It is kind of like a dangling a carrot. It's just, I don't know, it's something like, to me, that's so beautiful. But the longer I feel like we wait, the more tainted I feel like it gets. And again, it's like I guess things have to come to an end and crumble for some reason. I feel like whatever this is between me and this kingdom husband or spouse, it goes deeper, because it feels like it was something that actually did happen on the 3D, but something shifted over time and that person was taken away, or I was taken away, or we were separated, okay? It's that energy of now you and me is separated, we can't stand one another. But that's not true, because, well, I guess it could be, because I feel like more so this energy may not, because it's a lack of communication here. Right? Because this person, again, I've never met them, again, from my knowledge, in the 3D. It's a very strange story. Like, everybody's not going to be able to tell this type of story. And sometimes I feel bad that I have it and I'm not speaking on it, but then I don't want to speak on it, you know, and then it's ruined or tarnished. But I feel like it's already been exposed, right? The wound is open. And it's like every day I have to wonder if this person is okay. Like, this person is like the first thing on my mind. You know, again, I am in a situation here, but this is 2022. Like, whatever we're doing right now, none of this shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And with these documents and things like this, and people want to, you know, try to slander you or make you seem like some kind of adulteress or something, woman, because of this thing that happens. But this is something that has been handed down from something much higher than we can even imagine. This is like a universal something here. It's like a stitch in this quilt or this blanket that's being made at this point in time. And it's like I feel like there's so much competition and so much in the way. I feel like I don't know what this is. Why are we waiting? Why? What is this? Because the wait is just, to me, it is damaging the connection. It's like it's already been 2 years, right? And prior to that, I feel like whatever this is something that's been happening that is like off the wall. So it's like trying to explain it to people about some type of I think some kind of consummation that happened between two individuals, but there was others there in spirit. back probably in 20... wait, maybe 2005 would it be? Damn. All right. Something sparked from that connection, like a high school sweetheart love something here. I'm trying to put it together without sounding off the wall, because I know that by now things have changed, but I feel like people are not being honest with me, and it's unfair to keep me in lingo about the situation, because it gives off the wrong impression. It's something that should be known. I don't know why it's a secret, right? I'm the type of person that fights for things and people that I love. You know, people that I know and don't know. Just like I said, it's just, I don't know, it's something about mass manipulation that is my pet peeve. So when I see people being used or misused, I feel like that's why I've lived the lifestyle that I had to live, in order to see these particular things from a different point of view. And then maybe speak them here with you. So it's kind of like somebody that's very private about, but again, they've been forced. Their private information has been forced out into the public, so they've been forced to. So somebody was talking about, you know, reality TV stars, or just people in general that choose that path, right? Supposedly, okay. I'm trying to think if it happened some other kind of way. Did somebody get blackmailed into some of these spots, right? So somebody can do something to you and then have something that they can hold over your head at some point in time by drawing you in, but pulling you in. It makes me think about the certain people and their so-called sex tapes, and then how people will say, oh, they use that to spark fame, but maybe they were brought into it because, you know, like it's I don't know, I'm just starting to look at it in a different light. Like the ways that some of these people operate and have been operating and getting away with it for so long. But for me, like I said, people are, you know, will say, well, they put themselves out there like that. Well, some people didn't choose to. Some people were just dragged, drawn, or brought into it. So those people should have a say-so, you know? Like, they should know to what degree they're in this thing, okay? Because some of us are natural born stars, or supposed to be in the limelight. And some people know that. So they use people and profit off of that. Some people bring things to light because they're trying to save someone. They're trying to bring you up to that level so that, you know, whatever it is can be more public. But then again, hey, we've seen a tragic, you know, endings to people's career that they tell us one way, but it could have been something else that ended these people. And it's like, whatever this is, before I leave this planet, it's a must for me to know the truth about this situation here. It's a must for me to see these people face to face. Meet these people face to face and see what this is. Even if there's residue that's left over, if these people are no longer with us, there's something there that needs to be brought forward. Somebody knows the truth. So that's the only thing that's my concern. But it feels as though somebody's playing games. Okay, they're trying to turn women of virtue, women that are here for a cause, into harlots or whores or night walkers or whatnot. Again, and I'm saying this in a spiritual sense because, again, there's no physical evidence, but there could be. You see what I'm saying? There's no proof, but there could be physical evidence that something like this might be happening. Again, on the 3D or in other dimensions, okay? I can't help but there's a hindering feeling like, don't speak on this, but this doesn't do anything but give power over to those who are misusing. It's like there was a different way of this connection here. Maybe if it was something, again, where someone was altered or switched out or something of that nature. Because, again, a lot of us can go back and look at our pictures for the past 25 years and see a big difference, a big change. You can look at certain, you know, celebrities and see a big difference or a big change. So it's really hard to tell, you know what I'm saying, what we're really dealing with here. There's a parallel something, universe, or a parallel something going on. And I'm just in a situation where I just can't, like, I'm in this situation. This is where I am, you know. But I know that I'm moving towards something else. And some of these people, again, friend or foe. Some of them started off friends and now foes. Some of them started off foes and now they're friends. Soul siblings, people that are connected some kind of way. There's mixed signals being sent. You don't know if it's coming from these individuals or not, because I feel like whatever this is too powerful. They're trying to cut off the connection here. Find a replacement or someone in the likeness of that individual in order to place in front of me. So it's hard for me to discern by, well, not by features. When I see this person, I see the features and I can sense the emotions that's attached to this person, this individual. It's almost like back when there was one of me, right? So this is telling me that somebody is dabbling with some type of, I wouldn't call it cloning, but something like creating people in the likeness of, and also using these people as bait. Excuse me. It's very hurtful. It's a very, you know, you have to be well-rounded and grounded in order to even deal with some shit like this. How do you sit back for this long and be away from someone that you know, in this spiritual connection is something, like I said, this is something that happened with a sensation, right? A soul kind of vibe. Then it was brought to the mental, right? And then through my sensors or sensings of hearing different writings and lyrics and being able to interpret certain people that might be in the public eye or around me and be able to detect what part they're playing in the biblical story as we go. So that's something else that I do on the channel, is correlate his story or this story with our story. It's just like I'm getting to a point where I cannot hold it in anymore. But it's like it's almost like if you speak on something too early, it can almost ruin something. But I just feel like I'm tired of it being one-sided, where I'm giving and confessing and professing all of these things, because that's almost like this person has maybe turned against me some way from another connection here, okay? There's about this healing of these two, and then the healing of a nation and the healing of the world. It's like a kind of like cause and effect kind of energy here. Damn, it's almost seemed like, you know, this whole Lilith and Eve, or Lilith, Eve, and woman, which I feel are separate entities sometimes, or maybe different portions of this one woman, this wisdom, this ruach, this individual that ends up having to walk I hear that song, I Walk Alone. This is the feminine energy that can, okay, they've already made it so like this, like God is a masculine energy. This is the feminine energy that can actually challenge that energy. So it's easy for, if it's more of a man's world, for, you know, them to get tired of this person, or see that this person is rising to the occasion and her full power and potential, and want to eliminate that, because this person, you know, we know, again, to me, there's different gods in the Bible, okay? And again, some of these gods are jealous, some are narcissistic, some are, you know what I'm saying? This is just the energy here. You have to be able to see, you don't have to do anything, but if you can look at it in that light, a particular god in this Bible is very narcissistic. It's very misogynistic parts and womanizing parts of this biblical text. They're rarely brought up, and even when they are, it's always something wrong. This is that cancel culture of even that text. You see what I'm saying? Of women or the womb. Because most time the womb is not really, she should possibly be, but she's not really concerned about other energies that are because even when we're talking about tarot or the Torah or whatever, I know that these particular people could have been born a male in the first part of this story, but again, after being reincarnated, I don't even like using that term, brought back in, because we're talking about energy. The vessel is just that, it just carries these things. But there's just something that it's just really in my, it's just my gut. My gut gets me in trouble though, but my gut is usually right. Where there's some stuff that has to come down, but there's also an energy of trying to move me from my current situation, which has been a 30-something year relationship. Okay? It's trying to move me from, it almost seems like this is the main platform. If I come off of this platform, the only way that I'm going to be going is down. Even though I feel like my purpose can never be, my place can never be taken. My purpose, but someone can choose someone else and try to take that, complete this story with that individual, but it's not going to work. But the thing that they've had access to me and my information and keeping me down low, while people have been feeding off of it. Also, some people have been emulating it. Some people have, there's doppelgangers and women that have been supplanted with my energy, with my memories, with my thoughts, with my business idea, with just me. This makes me think about this struggle between me and this God energy, or one of these ex-spouses, one of these ex-gods, or some, it's about my anchoring energy here, connected to these different masculines throughout time, and them having feelings or feeling some kind of way, or them knowing me, but I don't know it's them, because the way that they've been handling the feminine aspect, the wisdom or ruach, the one energy that was there with God in the beginning, has been to keep her under wraps, to keep her depressed, to keep her, and as she starts to elevate, we're talking about the energy, that whatever that I am carrying right now, it's only to a certain level. Once you get to God level, when the people start to see you as a people's champ, and that you're at the same level with this energy, this masculine energy that maybe have some type of, that has been able to maneuver, you know what I'm saying, maybe in silence or in the background for a very long time now. And once his wife gets to a point, then she's punished. She's daggered in the heart. She's punished. It has to do with love and war, and that 3 of Swords energy. It's like when love, you know, comes around, it picks you up or lifts you up and then knocks you down. So it's kind of like that type of energy. So this vibe, even, you know, even being able to channel through music, listen to music from the 20s, the 30s, it's all telling the same story. Even lyrics to rap songs and things like this today, it's the same thing. It's the same narrative being spoken. Now I can see, you see, on earth as it is in heaven. Now I can see what these people might have gone, you know, in silence. They can't speak once you get to a certain level like we can here. that are looked at as the bottom. But source hid some of us down here in order to be able to commute. And that's why this whole attack on your freedom and freedom of speech and all this shit is going on right now. This is the part they're not going to understand. They wonder, how do you know? These things. Some of these people didn't get a college education. They didn't even finish high school. They didn't do, but again, we know several millionaires that didn't do those things, okay? So if these people can be and done all these, they have all these stats and all these credentials, and nothing's still changing. You see what I'm saying? The world is still dwindling. Then this is why Source is doing a different thing and uplifting. He wants to exalt his ones, his elect ones, his anointed ones. But with this temperance and this energy of these cups and mixing up things behind the scenes, dealing with alchemy and things like this, right? Some of us deal with that within. We are the tower. We are the star. We are the whatever, right? We are the magic. But everything that God does, Satan, that's seeking to see who they can devour, is doing the same thing. So God exalts someone, Satan, you know, and then again, it just so happens Satan is running things, read it again, from heaven. At some point in time, we can choose what time that is. All right? So why would then God allow that? Because God would be sleeping, right? So again, it's a man's world. It's a patriarchal society, fascist. I mean, it's Marxist. All this energy is going on. This is kind of man-made or manipulated. And again, they can tarnish or sacrifice or crucify anyone. But mainly, they like to do this sexually in that particular type of way with women. By either feeding you, projecting this energy and feeding you some type of narrative to make you feel some kind of way about yourself. It's almost like, I seen what you did in the dark, and you like, well, I wasn't there. They don't have shit to do with me. What people do to me, when I realize somebody has done something to me, when I get a vision or a confirmation, why do I feel this way? Source, what story are you telling me? When did this happen? You know, when I get that kind of confirmation, it does make you feel some kind of way, like a nick or a dirty spot on your clean white robe, and you want to figure out how to scrub it clean because you didn't. It's not something that you did. It's something that somebody has done to you. And again, we also know that perception is everything. If somebody can get you to perceive something and then feel that kind of way about yourself because you think that this happened, again, like I said, I can't help what I can't see. I wonder sometimes if these masculines have turned against me because they want to worship other gods with a little g. Because we're talking about, again, those two palm trees, those two goats, those two, anytime you see like a figure in the middle and then the two, again, I keep seeing this cycle go. At one point in time, I was the woman in the center of the world card. And at one point in time, Source gave me the visual of this divine masculine and the other divine masculine in that same energy. I know they appear to be males, right? But that's why I'm saying this energy is transferable. Sometimes, and again, I do feel without talking about trans and androgynous energy, well, I would say androgynous. We do carry both. And this has been a test, I think, for some of us to balance out both. And I say all that to say that this connection is just, I don't know. I think it's starting to drive me to a certain place of needing to know. Like, okay, we made it to this part here. Can we get some kind of confirmation here as to what the fuck is going on so we can finish? You know what I'm saying? I can chill, but I need something. You know what I'm saying? This can't go on like this, or it's going to turn into chaos. I deserve that much. Or else I will just, operate in a certain fashion. Where, okay, it's like that. It's just me? Oh, okay. Because maybe, again, in the past, these women didn't know who they were or what kind of weight they carry. This time is not the same. This time, Source is going to show these people that when you cancel her, you're canceling yourself. What goes around comes around. Okay? So again, a lot of this feeding of guilty conscience, or you're not good enough, or there's another woman, or, that stuff doesn't really get to me that much, but the silence. All right? I've already meditated on the words, okay? We're at a point where now there should be some refreshing going on here. Come on, you gotta give me something. I feel like somebody's playing games, or they're getting cold feet. And ain't nobody got time. Okay. This is gonna continue, so I will be back.